Speaking of which, has there been any communications from the county about the course map on the other side? Anything they talked about putting that up?
Nothing new. That's probably not going to happen until Harold comes down and reroutes and redesigns.
Cool. Okay. That makes sense.
They said they were going to pay for it. I'm sure they will.
That makes sense.
It'll be a nice one
to hold it.
Is any of that on the agenda for tonight?
No. What? Any of what?
Discussion of plans for Castlehane Park.
Well, we've got to figure out what they're going to do first.
In terms of what the county's getting ready to do, no.
Well, real quick, while we're here, if you don't mind, what is the last thing you've heard? Is there a timeline of when they're going to start?
Within 18 months.
Now to 18 months? Wow. That makes sense.
I heard June.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
No, there is information, but I don't have it on the top of my head, and I don't have it in my notes.
Okay.
You asked me that before, a few months ago maybe, about that, and I had an answer for you then. But I don't really think anything's changed as far as Castlehane goes.
But there's no hard set date of we're going to start construction?
Not really.
Okay, cool.
They sounded like they wanted to start paving that walkway this January, and then it ground to a halt.
Thank God. We need to stop that. We seriously, no, we need to.
Well,
boycott.
The next time I meet with them, I certainly will pass on the danger situation that they're probably creating.
Will the club be given any heads up as to a start date?
Oh, definitely. They are gonna let us know something major like that's getting ready to happen.
Has there been a map yet that's set in stone?
Holy crap.
That's as good as it's going to get. That's as good as
What I
it's going to
sent you is
That's
atypical of what I get. Something that they printed up and then they copied and Xeroxed it and then they circled it and the Xeroxed it. I mean,
That's
Stu
what you
do.
posted
They're
one
not
on the Facebook page that actually had a little more detail than the one you had emailed me as
Who?
far as
Stu did. And he got it from that article that was on the internet. That's the one. It's hand drawn, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it
That's
showed the potential for disc golf on
disc golf expansion.
along the ditch on number 8.
The disc golf expansion area.
Yeah, I hadn't seen that previously.
Yeah, that's the one.
It showed
That
all the
map's
mountain
been there.
biking area over there.
Yeah, that map's been around for about a year now. And that was another thing with the walking trail. I mean, they haven't made that decision yet.
probably maybe not.
They haven't.
You know,
And so we still got. So the great thing is what we really need to do. I don't know who would do it. We need to attend the county parks meetings.
Didn't
The public
they
meetings
just
they
have a
have.
meeting recently?
That's one of the things.
That's where we need to say. We need to stand up and say, now this walking trail that you're proposing, and speak. You know, you understand what a liability your department is bringing on this, and then give them. The great thing about this walking trail is they want to bring it down 17 to, I guess, get people in the back of the park, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what do they want to do? They want to cut down what? 100, 200 trees.
They're going to cut down a lot of trees, paving a 10-foot wide trail.
To spend that money. When all they got to do is build a sidewalk right down the road, where when you come in, just build a sidewalk, right, and that will bring people to walk all the way to the back of the park with zero amount of trees cut. It'll save the so there's ways that we can sell this.
That's right.
To the common sense public, not the architect that drew that road, but we can to the common sense public to say, look, your parks department is short sighted. This is what we need. I don't know if anybody wants to say I'll do it.
Well, no, it's actually
as soon as we find out when the meeting happens,
that's what we got to do.
we need to post that.
You talk about going in front of the county commissioners?
We
Is that
know
what
when
you're
it's
talking
going to
about?
happen.
Whatever parks meetings
Yes.
are, the public meetings to discuss what's going down in Castlehane Park, we need to be there and we need to speak. If it's in front of the county commissioners, absolutely.
Right, well, if that's the case, Paul Mason was trying to do that about Battle Park, and he got a chance to speak, but it was briefly at the end of it, because Tara Duckworth is the one that brings these things to the county commissioner after she's been emailed thousands of times by people saying we need another disc golf course in town, or whatever. You know, the same thing was with the skate park. You know, people were emailing not only Tara Duckworth, but then I, found out that some of them had emailed Woody White about a skate park. So that's when I turned around and emailed Woody White about Castlehane. And I mean, I'm sure y'all have read that email.
Yes, and there are public meetings where the public is invited to attend. Those are really the ones, in my opinion, that we need to show up.
Right.
Because that's when they're listening, they're asking the public to come and talk.
That's right.
if I have to introduce something to Tara, to have her go before, I don't know that I have to actually formally, and I have to ask her this, if I have to formally submit a
Right.
subject, because it seems like that what's been going on now is they'll send me an email saying, we're gonna do this, blah, 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 what do you think? And I'll just send them one back saying, you can't, try this instead.
Mhm.
Rerun it this way or do this, and then they send me another email saying, great, thanks, we'll pass it on.
Yep.
So it seems like they're listening to
Right.
what we're saying without a formal agreement.
Right.
But I will make a point of asking her, is there still, I need to specifically.
Yeah.
So,
Submit something in writing requesting this.
yes,
Yeah,
because if I do, then I do,
absolutely.
and I will.
Cool. Awesome.
Great. Let's move on quickly to the budget report. Jason Goodmurphy could not be here tonight, but he was kind enough to send a report. He sent it through email, and I'll just read it to you real quick. Starting balance is $8,857.20, and that's going to be, the date of that's probably going to be as of the last meeting, or certainly before the Azalea Pro.
Okay.
I'm not sure what the date is on that.
It's old, I can tell you that for sure. There's no way we've got $8,000 in the
No.
bank right now.
Here's
No.
what, that's right, that was our starting balance, say 30 days ago,
Okay.
because it's probably what he's doing.
Yep.
Azalea Pro deposit, $1,180.
So I'm assuming that's probably the second,
Check
what they owed us after they sent us the big check.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
probably the
sounds about
second
right.
check.
Yep.
A $20 check from Chi, which gave us a total input of $1,200 deposited. Our expenses this month, we paid Kirkio $1,350 for.
Anybody know how many discs that got us?
A ton.
It was was it almost 3 of the
Yeah.
of the boats?
Almost 3 votes.
Plus what we sold.
Not 3
in,
boats, three bins.
Bins.
Plus what we sold.
But we don't
paid
know.
out
We
to
don't know.
people.
We don't have an idea of 100 discs, 80 discs. We don't know.
I do not know the number, but
It was
our
probably
only
over
disc-
100 discs.
I think it was. He counted. I think it was 60.
If it's 60 discs, man, that's almost $16 per disc that we paid.
No, it was 60 discs that we paid out to the AMs.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's a lot.
And then we
more.
after the fact we got
I picked out over 100 discs.
Okay.
Well, at 100 discs, that's $13.50.
Yeah.
That still sucks.
But I
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
over
Well, it's
100.
$13
I don't know the exact count.
Right.
He
but I know
charged
it's
us
over
10
100.
bucks for
He-
everything.
He gave us 2,000 disc price, which is awesome, with free freight. I'm just asking if anybody has a ballpark within 4 or 5 or 10 of how many discs that actually has.
No, we get that for you.
No, I don't want it. I'm just asking. I'm
I'd
just
like to-
hopefully,
yeah.
you know, like I said, if we got 100 discs, I think we got more. That's
Yeah.
$13.50 we paid per disc. So if we sell that disc for $12, we're losing $1.50.
Well, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what
Yes.
I'm saying.
Yes.
So I'm thinking we got more than 100 discs.
We
I
did.
just didn't know if that information was available.
She has all of the.
No worries. It's no sweat. Let's not worry about it. I was just asking just to see. So no worries.
Well, I'm hoping that Kurt gave. He said he gave us a good.
What kind of plastic were they?
Yeah, it's all kinds. It's all kinds. Everything from D
I
on.
got a lot of Z plastic,
Most of
X
Z.
plastic.
Most of the
He got yeah. He
A
definitely.
lot of glow, which
Yeah, a lot of
Which is
those.
expensive.
minimum glow is 20.
Okay.
I mean,
Just
just $20.
Okay, cool. That's no worries. I'm not coming down, guys. I was just asking out of
You know,
curiosity.
whenever I was picking out plastic, I picked out the most premium plastic he had.
Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with entry level plastic. It's just a matter of if we just
Yeah,
got
but
150 discs
everybody
or
wants
200
that premium level
I don't need
disc
it.
wrap plastic.
Do you guys generally do any type of inventory on the disc store?
We should. We
That-
should.
Yeah,
But we
we
don't.
should.
We don't
Purchase
normally.
Or something goes
We-
out,
we-
hey, you know,
Well, with Innova, when we buy from Innova, we get an invoice.
right.
But with this deal, this was us buying from a friend of ours, and I was just wondering, how many discs we got. But
Well,
yes, we almost always, when in any other circumstance, we know exactly what we paid, and we know exactly how many discs we got,
And we should.
and we know exactly what we paid per disc.
We
When
should.
discs go out, do you
inventory
keep a track of
Oh,
them?
absolutely,
Okay.
we should. It's not necessarily that. That gets to be, that's a lot. I mean, you're talking about you've got an inventory that every monthly she's got to go through those 8 bins
Right.
and be like, I sold one. That's a lot. But I think every couple of 3 months. And honestly, I don't even know that we need to be like, okay, I got 4 champion sidewinders, 4 champion T-birds. I just think we need to have. We've got 120 champion, 210 star, 85 DX. Because it doesn't matter whether it's a champion AVR or a champion Wraith. Both of those discs cost us about $8. It doesn't matter what the mold is. It's all about what the plastic is. So, you know what I'm saying? I think we need to get kind of loose, but we do, I agree, need to start figuring out where we are.
Whenever we make a purchase, let's at least know what our numbers are.
Well, you should, when you make a purchase, you should, yeah, absolutely, exactly, you're exactly correct.
Good point, Dave, good point. And we were gonna work on the disc boat tonight, but she couldn't make it tonight. Just quickly to finish up, the withdrawal for the pro payout, $4,300. The PBJ Zaya fees for the pro, $336. A refund to John Porter, $65. Azalea Pro and Azalea Am points checks, $60 and $54 respectively. Total expenses at $6,165. So what the count, given these numbers, the balance that we have is $3,892. There's still some checks that Jason has to cut. He sent me an email this afternoon saying, I'm aware that there's a couple more, I gotta pay the Azalea Am fee and a couple other things.
Has any of it been paid? Was any of it paid last month?
I don't, they could have been, but I don't have the report from
And
last
that's
month.
gotta be,
I thought I
that's gotta be
remember
close to 2 Gs.
I doubt it.
I thought
But
I remembered him saying at the last meeting that
We were gonna wait till the
there
after.
was gonna be a check coming back from them.
Oh, there was, yeah, that was the $1,200
Oh,
bucks.
okay.
So, all right, so we still owe Innovan, that's probably pretty close to 2 Gs right there. So where we're at 3,800-ish?
3892, almost $3,900.
Okay, so that's almost $4,000. So it sounds like we're solvent. I mean, one thing to note, Boz, if you would find out if Innova's been paid. And if they haven't been paid, we need to pay them because we're approaching a while since we got that. It was that March.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'm hoping they already have. If that's the case, now, all right. So what is our status on the cash box?
She said that he believed that there was between $600 and $800 in the Castle Hayne cash box. He said he would.
Believes 600 or 800.
Well, right, 6 to 800. So he didn't give me. He said he would call me, text me back, and give me an exact number, but he never did. I guess he had to leave.
Cheat time and cheat
So,
math.
in addition to this, there is somewhere in the neighborhood of $600 to $800 in the Castle
In one
Hayne
cash box. Yeah.
cash box.
Do we know what we need to do? Do we know the state of the Arrowhead cash box?
No, David
Kyle.
Kyle didn't show up.
David or Alan Pettit would know, would have an idea. But there is cash in it. I'm sure that we've been having 45 people show up for these.
I mean,
Guys, I'm going to suggest that we tighten up the finances. Those cash boxes, there's a lot of money.
I don't like $600 for
I don't
the
like-
cash box.
Honestly, at the end of the monthly, the cash box needs to be emptied. $40 and change needs to be put into it,
Yeah.
and Good Murphy needs to note
Deposits
the
need to be
amount
made.
of money. I was able to calculate to the penny what was in those cash boxes. Now, obviously, our club functions have grown slightly. We're saying less than 20%. But it's after month after month after month. The only thing that you can't track disc sales. I got a $5 voucher. I want a premium disc. Here's $10
Yeah.
and my voucher, and that's great. So you set the bar at the minimum. There should be X amount minimum in that cash box, and when it's over, awesome.
I mean, yeah.
But I would just suggest that we devise a system, and this is committee level,
That's
Tournament committee
Subcommittee, yeah.
to figure out a way that we're not just. I would like a financial report to the penny. I'd like to be able to log on to rbc.com and it be to the penny, because we're a lot of money's flowing through this club all of a sudden, guys. We've got more money flowing through it than we ever have before, and I'd like for it to be tracked. So no worries, that's just my 2 cents. I just wanted to say that.
And I'm sure Dave is not saying that someone is doing anything with money.
Absolutely not.
But, I mean, we need to take away any kind of suspicion whatsoever.
It's not even
Or
that.
potential for it to get gone.
We just need that money in the bank.
Yeah,
Yes,
We need to know where we're at
And
financially.
we need to put our ducks in a row here.
Well, we need to set it up in the bylaws exactly how much money should be left in each cash box after each monthly. You know?
I don't think it needs to be in the bylaws. I'm not saying it shouldn't be. I'm saying it doesn't. $40 is what you just need change. That's all you need.
I think it should be formalized through our procedural like you said, we need to write down what should be done. And
Yeah, or just say, hey, let's do it and do it. You know what I'm saying? But you're right, that if you guys want to do that, you're more than welcome to. And just go on, as long as it's done. Because, well, you know what, I don't, we'll save that for, is there new business on the? Yeah. I've got a couple things I'd like to talk about, we'll talk about new business. You guys,
So, well, I'm just gonna try to burn through the rest of these things here.
all right?
So that's it for our financial, we seem to be doing okay. Our membership committee report. Go ahead.
No new members this month, so
Did we order discs?
I do not know.
Should we?
Yes.
Yes.
We need
Okay.
to order now.
Oh, what are we talking about? We're talking about membership business?
Membership
Yeah,
business.
we said that last meeting.
I've already talked to Jason Goodmurphy about it.
We're gonna let it cycle through.
But we said that we need to order them.
Yes.
We need to do it, okay.
And you're wanting to order them now.
Good Murphy.
Y'all
Let's
want me?
order 'em. Yes.
Good Murphy, you're
Done, consider it done. How many do I
And
need?
you guys, you're on it?
I'll do it tomorrow.
Figs
How
on
many do I need to get?
As many as you can. 50.
I'd say 50.
If they'll let us do 50, do 50. If he doesn't want to do 50, do 80.
Okay. All right.
Can we do one color or multiple colors?
Multiple colors,
Yeah,
multiple
Yeah.
stamp
Multiple
prints.
stamp
So we did
colors,
that.
Yep.
And Trey will take care of all that.
Okay, cool.
It all depends on what they've
I
got.
now have a rapport with Trey.
Nice. Email.
Yes.
Email.
I spoke with Good Murphy about this last month, at the last month meeting. And he said, yeah, we're gonna get right on ordering these discs.
Okay, let's do it.
That's where we will have more communication, and I and other our committee heads will help push those things along.
You got it.
The new number one tag, BG, you're gonna bring it?
I am.
Okay, cool.
I'll give it to Scott. Let's put it that way.
That's fine.
But we still need to order another number one tag. Matter of fact, I would order 2.
Oh, real? Okay.
I think so because you
There's a
want to be that clear, that cool tag. I've got a number one tag to get us through till
Yeah.
Paragon is able to ship us a new one.
But remember, you had the idea of us ordering an extra couple ones. Too.
Yes.
Well, that's what I did last
And I
year.
thought we'd done that.
That's what I did last year. I ordered multiple ones.
Yeah.
I
But
thought
this-
we ordered duplicates of
We
1
did
through
last year. We
10.
didn't use a damn one of them.
This year, though.
And then sure enough, I didn't order them this year, and Scott goes and breaks it or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so we did. Okay.
He broke it. It was
There's a
broken.
couple numbers that are broken.
Well, I do like the idea, Dave, of ordering an extra couple ones, twos, and
They're
threes.
not that expensive for sure.
Yeah. It saves all the.
What numbers are missing?
Kyle's broke. He's got at the Airhead monthly. He wrote in Sharpie on the old tag. Somebody walked away with that.
What
He
number
got
was it?
Acrylic. It was up there. I'm
We
not
need
sure.
blanks.
I think it needs to be said if you lose your tag or break your tag, we just need to shimmy you off the top.
Yep.
And you need to pay $10 and we'll give you a high
Or
number.
$5.
You get back to
Until
the
then,
$10.
right.
No, I don't think we need to charge $10
It's
for it.
$5.
Yeah.
But Paragon, I'm pretty sure will make us a single tag. I don't think that we keep giving them business. I don't know. We need to find out.
Well, but perhaps we need to get more durable tags, because these are obviously breaking.
Well, that's something to think
But
about.
there should definitely be,
Break
you should
tag.
be able to find, like you said,
Well, I agree.
Kyle writes a number on the tag, he gets a, you know,
Yeah, a good
acrylic
tag.
and this guy,
Right,
if
and that's
you,
what
if
happens.
you've
It's
broken
ditto
your
tag.
tag and you don't, basically, well, the rules say if you don't have your tag, and it doesn't say the reason why you don't have your tag on there, so.
He's got part of it. Is it the PDJ rule? Play from the biggest tag?
Biggest
Piece of
yeah.
tag?
Piece of the tag, yeah. One's got a big piece. That's
Large that lie.
Hey, what number piece you got?
If you lose or break your tag,
Instead of writing a number on the old tag, you just need to buy another tag, and you just get the next high number.
We'll order it for you. You pay $5. And you get it.
I agree with that.
I like that. So we'll move forward with that.
Who's going to purchase? Who's going to call Paragon and get the new tags ordered?
I don't have a hookup with Paragon.
I don't have a
I've got all the contact information. Who wants?
Well, I tell you, if you'll email me the contact information, I'll do it.
Do they get paid then in that every when you order it, or is it
I'm sure he's going to want payment when we place it.
doesn't even Murphy?
Good Murphy. All right, I'll see Good Murphy can do it for us. Thank you for the offer, no.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. The master spreadsheet. I talked to Troy a little bit about. Cheated a little bit about that this afternoon, Troy, and he was saying that he thought that the program you were using or something might be incompatible
It's absolutely.
with his. So there was columns of the.
This is it. Right
Some of the columns. Okay. So that's something that you
So
and
you
me
did it in Works, I believe?
Mhm.
You don't have, do you have Excel?
No,
You don't have Excel.
no.
You know you can use that Office suite Excel off the internet.
Mhm.
This is fine. It took Chi a little while to get it, but there's no column headers. There's not.
Mhm.
Thank you for doing the data entry. That's the biggest thing.
Mhm.
But she had an Excel spreadsheet set up that was
Yeah.
congruent with the actual.
And he sent me that
seat.
after I'd already done that, so,
Really?
yeah.
I thought he'd sent it way before.
Well, he may have, and I may have just,
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Well,
thought
you
that was our discussion.
We're on the same page.
Right.
We just
right.
know that we need to.
and what I'll do is I'll go on, I'll get the Excel page and,
Get with Chi because Chi will show you how to do Office Works, which is on the internet, which will get you Excel on the internet. You've got a great internet connection, so you're good there. Because Excel is just it's a much easier program to use when
Yeah.
everybody uses it.
yeah, no problem.
Go and who's tracking attendance?
Right now, I am.
Okay, cool. So you have a spreadsheet with everybody's
I don't
names.
have a spreadsheet,
No.
but I have a list of everyone that's been here.
Mhm. And each time that they've been.
Yes, and
Cool.
it's on the YouTube post at the beginning of every YouTube.
Oh yeah, it
post.
is absolutely, absolutely.
It's not what I think I want, or what I was hoping we would do.
Right.
We actually tracked attendance, like you're saying, but I want to move in that direction, see how it works this year.
Okay. Because we need to. Because I mean, obviously, if we've got big votes like something like changing
Yes.
the ends of the castle.
The last board
I don't want
meeting.
all of a sudden a huge push of membership guys that have come out the woodwork
That's
to
right.
vote when they don't get that. You set up an attendance policy, you guys all
I
voted an
agree,
attendance
I agree.
policy.
Yeah.
So the only
We
people
need
that
to
get
get
to
on
vote are people
That
coming
needs to
in.
be adhered
And
to.
we're in our fifth, this is our fifth
That's
meeting
what
right
I-
here.
I actually-
So if you have not been to one meeting this
You
year,
cannot
next
vote.
month, you can't
Yes,
vote.
That's right.
Is that in your bylaws?
That's in their
Yes,
law.
that is in the
I was
bylaws.
I was anti-attendance policy. But the club voted the attendance policy in,
Exactly.
and the attendance policy
We
is
go
in
by
effect.
majority rules here.
That's
So,
good to know.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can miss 5 meetings a
You know,
year.
What can we do to make it right? Is like, is there any more Xerox?
So a lot of people.
Okay, so thank you for tracking.
Or do we not?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm keeping up with it, because I think it is important for what you just said.
Sure.
I don't want
Big.
30 people showing up just because they feel really strong about
Well, I want 30 people to show up if
You
they
know,
feel as long as they've come to at least one or two.
Yeah.
You know?
That's all I
No, I got white ones.
Okay,
Different
moving on to the
colors.
communications committee report. We obviously have a lot of things that, projects and whatnot, that we've talked about over the last few months. Jeff Erickson's got a few. We're trying to get started, but I really want to have that subcommittee meeting, so to speak. I want some of the guys, because Jeff's started a lot of stuff, and with the hot dog scorecard and the school system and all that. So we've got a lot of areas we can go there, but we need to probably have that subcommittee, pre-meeting subcommittee report, where that communications committee sits down and says, which one of these charities or which one of these things do we want to invest our time in? Whether it's a venture club, or we can't go into 10 different directions at the same time. That'll be one of the things that, so,
Well, again, we may, like I said, we may have an in with the school system at Mary C. Williams. My son actually was coached by the PE teacher, and he saw my son out at Arrowhead the other night. So this just happened Monday or Tuesday, so I haven't had a chance really to get in touch with him. But I was thinking about getting in touch with this man and offering him a December Carolina Panthers tickets to raffle off to raise money for a basket that we can actually put on Mary C. Williams' property like we did at Holly Tree. And so he can train the kids in a controlled environment. He wants to train his kids out at Arrowhead right now, and what he needs, and we need volunteers to do this, whether it be the venture club or anything. When you start to deal with kids, if you all haven't done any youth sports before, you need background checks, and then you also need to be CPR certified through the Red Cross. That's a yearly thing. It's only about $20 or whatever, but if we need to, as a group here, need to start figuring out,
yeah, what we really
who
want to do.
who really wants to try to get involved with the youth, and you'll need to get CPR certified and have a background check. And the background check is strictly, of course, if you got busted for heroin a few months back, then they're not going to want you. But it's strictly for sex abuse, child molesting, stuff like that is what the background check is for. So, Haven't talked to him yet, but I mean, you know, again, that's an idea. Again, just like Heath getting those baskets in at Holly Tree.
That's great.
Yeah, I mean, it's try to get these kids going, and
It's all
so.
about the youth.
Yeah, someone called me, I can't remember his name, he said he was in the club, he was putting 2 baskets in a school. Does anyone else know who I'm
He
talking
just
about?
called you out of.
He did, he called the store line though, and asked to speak to me, and I wish I could remember his name.
Is it someone that we know?
He said he was in the club, and he's got a kid at some elementary school. It's not one of the main ones, it was one I hadn't really heard of.
That's cool.
But he said he was asking all his questions about it. He's putting in 2, he said, instead of 3.
Wow. Well.
Just for budget reasons, and he's going to go ahead and get them some discs and stuff too.
Okay.
So,
Woo-hoo.
wish I had written down who his name was, but I was
That's
busy
okay.
at the store working, so it
We'll
wasn't
find a way to tie in with that. That's
Yeah.
all part of the program.
right.
He's too lazy.
Yeah.
So that
Too
being
lazy.
said, we need to take the next month as a subcommittee in the next meeting, our subcommittees, and figure out where we want to put our efforts. Webmaster report, the pinned list idea that you put up, it's had some comments. Would you briefly go over that, what you want to do? It's a really simple idea.
Oh yeah, the pin thing was just like quick rundown of, you know, here's what's going on.
Would
Here's
it be area tournaments as well, like Brunswick County?
well, I was talking to Dave, and we were talking about instead of doing that, we just link to the calendar because we don't need to have it twice in 2 different areas. That way, we only need to do it once. And then we can also though put some kind of key information like how to join the club, you know, all that sort of stuff.
Okay.
So when someone's new to our Facebook, group, they can quickly see how to get involved or.
Okay.
So it's a pinned post by Heath with 4 topics that are most important. The first one is area events, and there's a link to our calendar, which is why I want to get our
Right.
calendar tight with Brunswick County, with whoever we want to add there. So that's the first thing. The second thing is how to join the club, and there's a link to our membership page on our website, which gives all the information of
Right.
$20, $10.
Which I need the digital form for to go to the website.
Yeah, that page is.
And then I also need the PayPal account information so that I can, because the PayPal button is
Okay.
just an image right now.
So you want to log in and create a new button, basically.
So I don't know.
And does our PayPal account, is your email set up, Boz, to get alerts? That way we don't have somebody give us $20 and we have no idea?
No, it's not,
That's-
because I'm disengaged from, when I retired
Sure,
as president,
absolutely.
I'm disengaged from PayPal and the website and all that, and I don't think if it's not working, no one's using it, we haven't got anyone, but we do have PayPal.
We have a PayPal account
Yeah.
for sure. It's still active.
And it
It
can
still
be,
works.
yeah,
So
Which
absolutely.
email is it associated with?
I'll figure it out.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I'll look back through all my.
Or maybe we create a new one.
We can
Yeah.
create a new one, yeah. So, I think you said you would like to get the PayPal information, and
The form,
The membership
Okay.
form. how to
in
join.
digital format, so I
I
can upload it.
believe, that, I wanna say that I put it up on our Google Drive.
It's definitely,
And if
I'm
it's-
pretty sure it's on the Facebook page.
Okay.
So it's in Facebook files, I think.
If it's in Facebook files, you can
That
definitely.
works.
It should be a
pull it.
PDF.
Okay, yep, that works.
Mhm.
Okay.
So there's local events, how to join the club, how to play disc golf, which I think links to the PDGA
Mhm.
page, and then what's the 4th?
Where to buy this in town?
Where to buy discs in town, and he doesn't
Disc,
monopolize it. He's got himself.
discourse, golf review, the whole,
Yeah,
all the stores in town.
yeah, that's what it
fine.
was. It was a link to disc golf course review, which has a store finder, and that's exactly what it is.
That's very utilitarian, very, very nice. I think it's wonderful, it's a resource.
Yeah.
Bam, you get there, you have 10 questions are answered right there,
Yeah.
so.
I got an issue real quick, just quick. I got an email from. You don't get webmaster at NHDGC.com, do you?
No.
I'll set up a rule to send
Forward.
you one as well.
Send it to the
Um,
New Hanover Disc Golf Club. Yeah.
JanuaryDiscGolfClub.com@gmail.com. I got an email from I don't have the specifics. It's a retailer in Curie Beach or in Carolina Beach, and he was asking about wanting to be a dealer to us and possible sponsorship information. So I replied right back to him. I was like, man, that's awesome. We love working with area business. I just gave him my spiel. We love working with area businesses. We love being able to drive, business to you, but as a 501c3 nonprofit.
Yeah.
Innova built our course. We've been working with Innova which was his. He has an account.
So he was wanting us to
Pretty much. He
wanted
says,
me to
"I'd love to
go in."
sponsor you," and I was like, "Well, man, you know, we're good there." No, he said, "I'd love to sponsor you, but I'd also like to be your dealer." It's like,
What does that even mean? I don't know.
Nice try.
he wants to
Yeah.
sell
Just
us
to-
this at wholesale
just,
plus a little bit. Probably.
He wants to corner the market, but we can't.
But it was
do
too
that.
funny, you know. And
Yeah.
I saw email. I was like, "Man, we would love to work with you. You got sponsorship ideas? Let me know." You know, blah 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 blah.
We'll see. We'll see. Now, I did ask. I believe that I asked you, and I thought you did go through the website and take off, or rather substitute all the webmaster.
Yeah, I did. I changed all emails.
Okay, so I don't know how this guy got the webmaster.
It's webmaster at NHDGC.com.
I might have missed
which
one,
is,
maybe.
it goes to Chad, but I'm CC'd in
Yeah.
as well. I still, and when you
How did
are
you
you
do
ever
that?
going to migrate? Are you ever going to take? If you ever do, let
Yeah.
me know because I do use Dave at NHDGC.com.
Yeah, I can't even migrate if I don't get up. I mean, Chad is not communicating with me at all. I can't even migrate without him giving me his login.
Right.
So, I don't know.
Okay.
But if you ever do, just let me know because I do
Okay.
use Dave at NHDGC.com.
Okay.
And honestly, man, I mean, it would go a long way for you to have president at NHDGC. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Just kind of at Gmail is at G. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's up to you. It's totally up to
Yeah.
you. But it works.
I'll think
great.
about it, man.
Because
But I
who
figured.
can? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I figured that any time that we get, that the club gets an email at that New Hanover Disc Golf Club, and bling, my phone goes off.
You can link
So-
that, but that phone will link to any
Any
IP
email.
address that you want it to.
So
Yeah.
when someone did contact the club, little kid wanted to know about this, that, and the other,
Mhm.
random stuff, I immediately, you know. And the only reason, and I don't have any problem with the webmail that operates, that he set up for us.
Sure,
I don't
yeah,
have
yeah.
any problem with that. I just wanted to get into the Google system.
And you
Yes.
wanted to set it up and get going right into there.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
yeah,
nothing.
so-
There's nothing wrong with it.
Okay.
It just sounds good. You know, Mike at
President.
NHDGC.com.